Last week, Missouri became one of the latest states in the country to approve recreational marijuana. The plan is in February, anyone 21 and up will be able to buy recreational pot, including people from out of state. State of Missouri plans on implementing a 6% sales tax with money going to veterans funds, the state public defenders program, and grants to boost resources for drug addiction and treatment. Medical marijuana cards will be extended to 3 years, and people with previous marijuana offenses and nonviolent convictions are able to have their records expunged. This is a change supporters say would not have happened through the legislature alone.
That's why the people had to take this in their own hands. We went out and got the signatures, we went out and got the vote tonight, and I think what Missourians are going to see is a healthier Missouri. They're going to see an economy, they're going to see jobs.
Some supporters of the amendment say this was the best deal the state could get, but other groups like the Missouri NAACP were concerned it didn't go far enough when it comes to expunging past convictions. So, Brian Mahoney, let's discuss the impact of this vote. You know, some of this is scheduled to go into effect in February, right? But it took a long time for Missouri's medical marijuana system to be put in place. What do you expect?
Well, I think the infrastructure that's already in place because of the medical marijuana system will make this one go somewhat faster. But you're right, there are a lot of issues to address, including some of those that were raised by the opponents of this measure about the equity and the distribution of those licenses. Having said all of that, I think this your analysis is right, Cody, that I think the supporters who said that this was the best chance this had for passing, to have the kind of bipartisan support that it gained, this was the moment for medical marijuana, or for recreational marijuana to be legalized in Missouri. The 53 to 47% outcome is about as strong as supporters could have hoped for.
You know, I think another impact of this is it's a demonstration that the state of Missouri and perhaps America in general has moved past the marijuana question, much like they moved past the same-sex marriage question a few years ago. Polls at one point said no way, very small support for it, and then boom, same-sex marriage happened and was legalized. I think that this happened here too. Missouri now becomes the 20th state to legalize recreational marijuana. It's the 21st jurisdiction in the country because the District of Columbia also has it. And I think it's a demonstration that Americans have moved on from marijuana, and at least in this sense, the war on drugs as it relates to marijuana is over.
You know, Missouri approved this, as you said, but 3 red states, North, South Dakota, Arkansas, did not on Tuesday. Will Missouri Republicans try to put up any roadblocks, do you think? Or as Mahoney said, it's over now?
I think there's enough support among Republicans that this isn't an area where they're going to invest a lot of energy. Remember, there's also sort of this trend of in-ballot initiatives in Missouri, causes that are thought of as more progressive. Even when voters go out to support Republicans, they still vote for things like Medicaid expansion, now marijuana legalization. I think there's a trend.
Election reform, campaign finance reform,
right, exactly.
right to work, all that sort of stuff, which went down. Yeah, in fact, there's a Republican state legislator that had the bill that he carried last year, didn't go anywhere, to legalize marijuana. So I don't think there'll be much pushback, and it's a lot more difficult in a constitutional amendment, but we've seen it before.
Real quick, does this get the wheels spinning in Kansas, you think?
You know, it's had a hard time gaining traction in Kansas, but then again, we've seen some other things happen in Kansas that surprised a lot of people in the last few months. I think it could happen.
Okay.
Governor Kelly is warming up to medical marijuana as well. We'll see how far she pushes it when the legislature comes back.
And even her Republican challenger, Derek Schmidt, said, I'm willing under certain circumstances. Let's talk about the Constitutional Convention question in Missouri. Again, 20 years later, voters say, now we're good. I mean, 2/3 of voters said they do not want the state's constitution rewritten. What do we read from that?
That Missouri voters did not want to open a Pandora's box, and nobody knew where that would go, where it would take the state, exactly how it would have been done. And Missourians went, nah, no thanks.
Yeah, I think it's a head scratcher for most voters. It's a constitutional convention. Why do I need that? Why do I want that? Sounds like bureaucracy. I'm going to vote no, and they did again.
All right, makes sense. All right, Brian Ellison, Michael Mahoney, thank you so much.